Okay. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, in the spirit of Halloween, I am making 3D scan to print masks using my Creality Ferret Scanner Pro. For my model today, I have my sister. And I just want to show you how simple it is to go from scan to print using the scanner output data to Meshmixer to the slicer software. So, here we go. So we start with standard configuration. I have it set to, I think, just object model, and press start. Get into about the right size and poof. Be sure to turn everything kind of the same color green. The new software is so much better. It doesn't lose tracking hardly anymore. Right now we're over scanning. Don't need near this amount of points, but that is about it. And then we push stop. And now we're going to complete scanning. Yes.
Wow.
And then we're going to do one-click process. That's generally good enough for anything that I'm doing. You know, it's actually more data points than what I ever need for how I edit things in Meshmixer. So we're going to use the one point or one click, one button processing, and then let it go through its processing. Do not hibernate your computer right now. 37%, 43. I'll speed this part up.
This is cool.
It is pretty cool. It is. So off of this, it has captured 1,208 frames in that amount of time and 29,000 points. So it's a pretty dense capture, especially for, you know, what I'm be doing. You know, I just, in Meshmixer, I just use the plane cut tool, you know, cut it parallel, cut the back of the head just in front of the ears, and then do one plane cut at like 45 degrees for the front of the cheeks, and then just the front of the nose to where the mask just goes just above the crest of the nose. And it's really pretty cool how well these fit. Because I mean, it fits pretty exact. It's, you know, when you do it and then you put one on, it's like, oh my gosh, this is made exactly for me. Super cool.
That is.
So just about there. Now we're meshing.
No eyeballs.
Yep.
So cool.
No, but okay, so all of that without contact. So no contact, and it gets the scale right, and I mean, the technology has come so far. Just even from like their first round in with the early Ferret scanner when they first released it, and then to where it is now, the software has come such a long way. So check that out. That is like exact. So
the, like, wrinkles and my little bumpy thing and
yeah,
freckles.
So then from here, we just do one button export as export. Okay, so then I would close this software down. Then I'm going to bring up Meshmixer. If I can find my monitor. I gotta go this way. There we go, Meshmixer. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, we're going to go edit, then transform. We need to align the scanner mesh with the grid. This makes trimming so much easier. Okay, so I generally go, my first index is right behind the eyes. I like working in the world space rather than the object space. Bring this down. I'm going to align both sides of the grid with the eyes like this. See, we're a little bit far on that one side, so then we just go here and rotate this back just a skosh. You look right there, we're just into the eye there. That looks pretty good. Then we go top. We need to rotate this way. I generally use these lines, get them just where it's lined up with the eyes like this. And the next thing you go, so I'll go accept, then go over to select, turn the symmetry on, and then you get this bar. What we're looking to do is to align it to where whatever we do on the left side will happen on the right side. So we need to move this mesh over to the right. So go back to edit, transform, and boop, about that much. It's generally like this grid mark is where we're going to accept. Go back to select. Okay, that's pretty close. And then go to the top. Okay, and down. Yep, right about there. So whatever we do for the eye on the left side will automatically happen on the right. Since it's all aligned about where we want it next, then we go back to edit. We're going to use the plane cut tool. We go no fill on this because we are looking for basically just a hollow mesh. So I go nearly about an inch. Just a, it's only a mask. It isn't anything magical. So I'm going to go about an inch behind the eyes. Go accept. Then we go plane cut again. The second cut I make is 90 degrees up, or about. And then I go generally about an inch or so above the eyebrows. So right about there. Again, no fill, accept. Plane cut again. This one is just a trim. So I do this at 45. And set that at 45. Come back down here. Where I'm aiming for on this is, if you were to draw a line perpendicular from the corner of the eye, you want about half an inch, 3/4 of an inch from here to here. What that does is it gives you a nice place to put the strings for the mask. Then I go plane cut. Again, no fill. Then we're going to go the other 45. Again, about. I generally do this to right where the lips part. And that gives you kind of the triangle on the cheeks. So right about there. No fill, accept. Plane cut again. And then this will end up being, it's about like 55, 60 degrees. We'll see what 60 looks like. We need to reverse that one because it's the other 60. This I go just above the bridge of the nose. And what we're looking for is just to catch the corner of the nostrils here. What that does, it gives a nice look to the mask. I'll go just a little bit further down the nose, right about there. But you want to make sure you aren't capturing too much of the front side of the nostril. We'll go no fill, accept. Okay, so now we need to get rid of this area. So we go here, turn symmetry off. Just need to get rid of the ends of the nose like that. Delete. Now we go top. turn symmetry back on. Let's see, a little bit bigger of a brush than that. About right there. Right now, this is just a rough delete here. I follow the upper eyelid generally, and then just catch kind of the lower, making kind of a football shape. About like that. We'll generally work off of, you know, for me, I generally work off of the left eye first. I do left eye dominant pretty much, and then I just kind of straighten this line up. Anything that you end up selecting that you don't, you push shift, and then you select that. Boop, boop, boop. Move it around. I want to tidy this up here. Tick, 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 tick. You know, the whole process really, it's a really pretty fast process using Meshmixer. And, you know, doing just those 5 cuts. Go ahead and smooth that out. Go back up to top, see what that looks like. Looks pretty okay. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Okay. So now we're going to go in and just, actually I like that side pretty well. Actually I think we're going to go, I'll get rid of this little bit right here. Just, not that. Not that. I'm going to go back. I'm going to shrink my brush down. Just kind of open up this area just a little bit more. Maybe a little bit bigger brush. Boop. Turn symmetry off. Go there. Smaller brush than that. Okay, and then delete. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Next thing I do is I go double click on just the perimeter, on the interior perimeter. Just double click right there. That'll highlight the entire that entire path. Go to modify, optimize, modify smooth boundary. Go to like 5, 6, 7 border rings, and then I'll take and go up to like 90 on the smooth. Accept, delete, and do it again. What that does is it gets rid of any weird triangles and weird areas that you're going to have when you go and do the extrude later. Doesn't get rid of 100% of them, but it gets rid of quite a bit of the weirdness that you'll get from this trim operation. So same thing here. Double click, modify, optimize, modify, smooth. Again, 7, somewhere around there. Delete, do it again. There we go. Modify, optimize, modify, smooth. 8, 90, accept, delete. Then we got to do it for the perimeter of the mask. So just grab that, modify, optimize, modify, smooth. 7, 8, 9, doesn't matter. I want to preserve the shape on this one pretty well. What it does, you can also see that it radiuses the corner, some of the corners, and we want it pretty smooth. So we go accept, delete. So there we have that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the extrude. So I'll up my size of my brush, double click. That selects the entire model. Go to extrude. I usually do my mask at 3mm. So 3, enter. Now you see we have some weirdness here. When it's in constant, like it is here, it's only going to extrude it in the Z. We want to do in normal, and you see what that does is it extrudes it the same, all the way around from that surface. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We're going to go accept. This generally takes a little bit of time. It's got a lot to think about. There we go. Now we have that. Next, I'll generally go to wireframe move. So view the wireframe. She has this little bump on the side of her nose. We're going to get rid of that on the mask for her. So we're going to go down to about a 15 brush size. We're going to go to sculpt. About a 15 size brush size here. I generally use the robust smooth button. This works best, works pretty good for me. Actually, we'll go up to about 20. Yeah, we'll go to 20. Okay, so align it about like this. A little bit down. We'll go just a little bit less on the, we'll go a little bit less on the strength. About 30 on the strength, about 14. Okay, so now we're just going to make circles. Just like that. Okay, a little bit more. Just like that. Okay, then we're going to look at it from the other side. Okay, so we need just a little bit more here. Okay, maybe a little bit right there. Just like that. Maybe a little more. Maybe just a boop, boop, boop in the center, okay? So we were only affecting just the one side. So that looks pretty good. Any of this weird jaggedy that we have on the inside, I generally just take care of with sanding the model after I've printed it. So from here, I go File, Save. I'll do Save As, yes, Replace, and then I go File, Export, and then I'll do that as Talia 2 Final. And next we go over to our slicer software. Give it a little bit of chance to export out. Should be there. Minimize. Then from there, then we bring up Creality Print. This is not going to play nice on this screen. Okay. This will play okay. So we're going to go Import Model. Documents. And get OBJ. No. Oh, that's because it's an early one. So we're going to delete that because that is not the right one. Undo. Import. I bet it's this one. There it is. So now we have a Talia mask. I generally print these on their forehead like this. And by doing that, you use very little support material, very little extra material goes into it. And it works really well. So we're going to go plus 45, plus 45. Nope, we're going to go the other 45. Boop, boop. Just like that. And then I generally bury the forehead just a skosh. Just like maybe half a millimeter. And that just makes it to where you don't have to do anything for support or adhesion. So I'll just bury it just to where you just get just a line going around it. And that is it. So we go from here to print. And I'll generally do this with 4 or 5 walls, and I'll print it, say, 60%. So that's how I do scan to print using the Ferret Pro scanner for Halloween masks. Thanks for watching.